Good morning, students. So today we'll be learning Earth, the Sun, the Moon, and the stars. Place in the universe. Okay, that's going to be our topic today. So to start with, I'm gonna draw a circle right in the middle to represent the universe. And we're gonna start by finding Earth's place. So, as we all know, we will be putting the sun in the middle, right here first, so that way we know the sun's Earth, the sun's place in the universe. It's above everything else, and we'll be using a timeline to you can barely see it, but we'll be using a timeline to do an observation on when does the sun rise. So we'll be asking, what time does the sun rise, and what time does the sun set? Okay, so we'll be answering those two questions. And from my investigation or my observation, and maybe somebody else has a different observation, and raise your hands if you do. For my observation, when I checked this morning, my sun rised at 6:30 a.m. and actually yesterday, and then today, yesterday night, it went down at 3:30 p.m. So Antonio, did you have a different time when the sun rise from your home? Um, okay, let's say that Antonio had like at 6:45 a.m. So we record the students different times of the days that the sun rise, and then we'll record Anna's time uh, that the sun sets. For her, it was at 7 p.m. So we'll create a timeline of everyone's um, times that the sun rises and sets. Okay. So we also wanted you guys to do an observation of the star. I'm sorry, of the Earth. Um, and so the observation that I asked you guys to do was I'm going to color this part out to show a better visual of the Earth when it's hitting, um, when it's facing actually the sun. So if the sun is hitting Earth and we are able to see it and feel it, what would you guys say, Angelica? If it's hitting us, facing us, what would you say? Is it day, um, or is it night? What would you say, Angelica, for our answer for Earth? So the question would be, is the sun facing Earth at this point view? Okay, and then what would you say it is, day or night? And then let's say it's day. Okay, and then we can also find out what time, if you guys did some observations, you guys can also tell me what time of the date, and then we'll put a timeline. Did you guys do that observation? Did you guys happen to look up through the window and saw that it was morning, maybe 6:30 in the morning? Did you happen to look around midday? Maybe it was 12 noon. Um, and or did you guys happen to look right where it was sunset, when the sun was coming down? So we could say again like 6:30 p.m. Okay, so we'll have another timeline for our Earth to do the observation of the time of the day. And then, of course, everybody's probably gonna have a different times depending on the time you go do your observation. So we say that when the sun is facing Earth, then it's a daylight. It's daylight. And then if the sun is not hitting the other side of the Earth, we can say that it is. I'm gonna use green. That it is nighttime. Okay. So, and I'm gonna highlight the first letter of each answer that we get, because we're gonna be adding those words to our word wall down at the bottom. So we'll put a word wall down here to include all of our words. So for example, we are doing, right now we did day, so we include day right here. And then we also did nighttime, so we can go with nighttime. Okay, so then we have two words that we need to learn, or that we have learned throughout our unit lesson. The other part that we're gonna do is, so we did the sun, we did the earth. Now we're gonna go and figure it out. Do an observation on the moon. And for me, last night when I was doing my observation, the moon looked like a crescent. Let's see if I can draw a crescent here for you guys. So a crescent is one of the four faces that the moon has. And so I'm going to kind of color it in like this. And one of the characteristics that we have, so we're going to, that is one of the four characteristics that the moon has. So right here on this side, we're going to add characteristic. And then we're going to add characteristics from everything as we go along, as we're writing down some things on our unit. So the moon, my observation, and this is what I want from every student, from you guys to tell me too. We're going to have a timeline as well. My observation for the moon was that the moon also comes down around 7 p.m. for me. That's the time I was able to see it for the first time last night. And so I went to sleep and I didn't get a chance to see what time it disappeared. But what do you say? Does anybody else have a different answer? Does anybody else raise your hand if you have a different time that you saw it for the first time last night or any other day that you did your observation? Okay, Rosa? Okay. So Rosa did, she saw it at 8 p.m. And it was because she did her observation at the time. It does not mean that it didn't come out earlier, or that, it's just that that's the time she did her observation. And then she also said that she went to bed at 10 p.m. and it was still up. So we can also create a timeline for that. It doesn't matter, maybe somebody else or mom and dad can help you through trying to figure it out, or they might have seen it. No way. Sorry, I thought it wasn't recording. So maybe mom and dad have a specific date that they can recall, and they can tell you the sun or the moon sets at this time. So if you have that information, raise your hand and we'll put it right here. Okay, so Aria says that her mom's the last time she saw the moon set was at 3 in the morning. Okay, so we'll have that there. So I'm gonna make a big circle for the moon now, so you guys can really have a more better view of it. But for me, it was just showing a crescent moon. Okay, so then we go on and do the stars. Okay, so we'll have stars over here, some right here, and some right here. And for the stars, so I had some observation when I went out, and I would like for you guys to tell me, Pablo, what time was your observation done? Okay, it was at 10 minutes before sunset. And then we'll have Audrey. What do you say? 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes before sunset. That's the first time she saw the first star. And what about you, Angelica? Angelica said that it was right around 8 p.m. that she saw the first star come out. And Arturo says that around 7:15 he saw the first star. Now that doesn't mean you guys are that is different. It doesn't mean that you guys are wrong. What it means is that you guys were doing observations on the different times and different probably in different dates too as well. So it could be different for everybody. But if we look at your observations, I could say that 7:15 to 8 p.m. is not that much of a difference. Like the time is pretty close. 6 to 12 here, the sunset. Well, it's because it takes time for the sun to come to start going down. So 6 in the morning to 12 at midday, it would be about say 5.5 hours, which it's a little bit more than what we see right here with the stars, but we can still see that it's a good observation for everybody because you guys can mark your dates and times and difference of the timing that we have. So same thing, we can see that the sun here rises at 6:30 for me, and then 6:45. There's not that much difference here. It's like about 15 minutes difference. 6:30 p.m. for me, and then 7 o'clock for the other student that saw the observation at 7. So there's not that much difference. So we're pretty close within our timings, and so for that, it's up to you. What would be the pattern between the sun, the earth, the moon, and the stars? So one of the pattern that I see for the sun is that it goes down. It comes out at 6:30 a.m. and it goes down at 6:30, or pretty close. So if we do 7 to 7, or if we do 6:45 to 6:45, the pattern that I see there is at a 12-hour time frame rotation of the earth to hit the sun. Okay, and then the pattern that I see between the stars and the moon is that the star and the moon come out during the night. Come out during the night. And then, Earth rotates as it rotates in its axis, then we can say that there's a pattern. That's when it's day and night. So on Earth, we can say that the pattern is day and nights. Okay, so if we move on to our characteristics of the sun is that it gives us light, and it's a 12-hour rotation for the Earth to face the sun. So it gives us light. And then we can also say that, okay, let me go green. I'm going to use orange all the time. We can say that the stars come out 10-15 minutes before the sunset. And then we can say that the pattern is that it comes out during the night. The stars and the moon come out during the night. And then we can also say that Earth is where we live. We can also say that Earth gives us day to night. And we can say that the sun, well, we said the sun, we said the stars and the moon, and we can say that all together makes our universe. Our universe, okay? So how do I want you guys to go about doing the observations? I want you guys to take out your journals. So you guys were told to write on your journals and share that information that you wrote. No, okay, that you wrote on it to present it in class. Okay, so Pablo, can you stand up and share with us what you wrote on your observation book? You were also told to get help from adults. Let us know if some of the information you gather it with parents' help. Were you able to collect real items, pictures, or anything that would or any visual, and so you guys can share it. So all that information you guys could have the chance to do with mom and dad. Did you have a chance to just do it with mom? Did you guys have a chance to do it with just your brother? So all that information you guys can, or did you guys, were able to do it all together? All that information you guys can share with us as you guys come up to the wall and explain and share your observation. So words that I'm gonna be writing down here on this side of the wall would be observations. We'll be working on that. We'll be working on the letter S for sun, stars, and stars. We'll also be doing, did I do after? After, we'll be working on the Letter A, moon. What else can we put down? What other words you guys think that would work for us to study throughout our unit? The moon, the stars. How about characteristics? Characteristics. Yes. So, all right. So for my project, for my unit, I was able to collect some of my visuals that I want to include. So this is what the sun will look like my close to my earth. And this is a picture of half of my moon. This is actually a crescent moon. Yeah, this one I think it feels more like what I'm trying to, so you guys can visualize. Maybe I should, yeah, maybe I should keep this one because this is more, it's a crescent and the other one's more like a full moon. So we'll keep the crescent moon here because that's what I was trying to teach you guys. This is what our Earth looks like. Okay. And so this is what our stars look like in real life. And also I have a picture of our solar system so that I can probably squeeze in here somewhere to have more. Okay. And then I also have my my literacy award things right here. So I have a literacy of, and I can put it right somewhere here so we can have more of a visual of it. So the bag, my bag of literacy, we have vocabulary words that the students wrote down by themselves. Awards for every student that are like accomplishing the and able to write and read and or spell out words from the word walk. And then we also have matching literacy words to the letter sounds with visuals. Okay, so this is what it looks like for my observation on the units on Earth, Sun, Moon, and the star. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoy it.